Did you get an allowance as a child?
What?
And what did you do?
What? So I never got an allowance.
Not me.
I think I asked once. I don't remember. I know I was told.
You asked for an allowance?
I think so. Like, you see it on TV. Like, oh, mom, dad, let me get a... Listen.
You playing games.
Tried it.
When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. That you might work.
Welcome back to another episode of the Michel Matters Podcast. I'm Jocks Michel.
And I'm Jackie Michelle.
Welcome back.
Hey, guys.
Episode 69.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've recorded right here.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but, back to business.
Yeah.
I guess you could catch people up on what's happened the last 2 weeks,
It was your birthday.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was my birthday?
Yeah,
it was. Nah, man, it was a good one, too. I felt like this birthday. Yeah, I felt like I got a lot of love this birthday. Yeah. It felt good. It's
weird, or it's hard surprising you now with stuff because it's like, we've gone through so many birthdays together. Yeah. What else can you really do? But I think I got you.
Surprise? I guess that was one part of the surprise. So for my birthday this year, we were going back and forth on whether we should do anything because pandemic,
Yeah.
But we decided we're going to go up to St. Pete. And that was really dope. I didn't. Yeah, because I lived in Tampa, or we lived in Tampa for a while. I never really thought about going to St. Pete like that.
Yeah, every time I went, it was for this fabric store that I liked. I should have drove by and saw if it was still there.
I don't know.
But yeah.
But we stayed right off real close to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, west side of Florida's pretty lit compared to what we do.
We were more so the downtown area.
Okay, yeah. But we're right by the
water.
Yeah, right by the water.
Yeah.
What they call the pier.
Mm-hmm.
That was a dope little spot.
Cute.
But yeah, compared to what's going on in South Florida, I don't know. The only thing I wasn't really cool is they don't wear masks like that.
Not really. People were still, where we stayed, they had a rooftop or whatever at the hotel.
Yeah.
And people were still going there. It was loud at 1 a.m. I'm like, oh, y'all really partying out here. It's a different world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But we pretty much kept to ourselves.
Yeah. We did a couple things.
We did.
I guess when we get our final product, we can say what we bought.
I almost forgot.
Yeah. So that was,
okay.
Jackie got me a pretty cool gift.
Yeah. Something he's been asking for since high school.
Yeah, probably.
Not to me directly, but
just
been talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we did a couple cool things. And then on the way back, coming back, Jackie pretended we needed to stop, or she needed to stop to use the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I was when she was pulling it, I was like, which restroom are you going to? I was so confused with what she was doing. I'm slow.
But you were kind of preoccupied because you were on the phone with your aunt who called you for your birthday. So I was like, great, he's not going to ask me no questions. And we just pulled up to the Nike store. Yeah,
there's some light in the Nike store.
Yeah. And then your brother came. Yeah,
and then she surprised my brother showed up, him and his girlfriend. Yeah, we was cooling. I really appreciated it. And between that, my mom cooked for me.
Oh yeah.
And then the next day, my other mom cooked for me.
Yep. So I don't have to cook at all this week.
Yeah, me and my brother, Jackie's brother, my brother, we had the same birthday.
Yeah.
So we got to celebrate that together. So it's pretty dope. It felt like a week-long celebration pretty much.
Yeah, it was good.
On my birthday. So
it was good. Yeah, because I wanted to bring people together and all that, but I was like, clearly this is not the year.
Yeah.
So maybe another time.
Aside from that, Jackie has this weird hobby that she's picked up.
Yeah.
I don't even feel like explaining it. You can explain it to people.
So I think I talked about gardening on the podcast.
Yeah, probably.
During the pandemic. And a part of that has led me to make raised beds to, for my vegetables and fruits. But another piece to gardening is, you need good soil. And a part of that is also like composting. So I went to this nursery in Davie. They had like big bags of soil for like $2. And he was like, just mix it with some compost, or what he said? He said, mix it with cow manure and you'll be fine. And I'm like, first of all, I don't just have a cow, so that's not going to happen. But he was like, yeah, you can just compost or whatever. And it was something that I had started doing. So I know it sounds gross, but it's just, I think I'm going to start using paper bags, because then that'll just break down too. Sure. Instead of having to like open up the plastic bags. But every time we use something and like we cut, an avocado, you put the avocado skin in the bag, or banana peels, tea bags, leaves that fall off of my plants or whatever. I just put it in the bag and, put it outside because I don't want the house to stink, and just leave it in the sun and let it compost. And then I mix it with the soil.
Yeah.
So that's my new...
I'm not a fan of collecting trash and keeping it.
But it's also like, it's good because we don't take out the trash as much and it doesn't stink up. You know what I mean? Like the garbage doesn't just stink of like bananas.
Listen, because I haven't done it. Like I eat a banana and I'm throwing the peel in the trash. No. And I'm not keeping banana peels. I haven't. I'm not keeping them. Yet.
It's going into our garden.
They're still outside. They are here. We're not getting rid of them. So we'll see. I mean, if I see like, progress in the plants,
go walk outside, you'll see
and
progress.
We see what's going on, and maybe I can get into it. But for now, nah, man, trash going to trash, and then they get picked up on Mondays and Thursdays. That's
like I showed him videos years ago of people composting. At that point, I wasn't really into it. No. I was like, this is too much. Y'all doing too much. But I'm trying to break out of certain habits and get into the sustainable situation.
Yeah. Enough of that.
Yeah, so what else?
Aside from that, I mean, we wrapped up our interracial relations series. Yeah. I hope y'all liked it. We spoke to we had 3 different episodes. The one with Mary Beth on being a white best friend. Yeah, white best friend. We spoke to the Harrisons about interracial relationship and raising mixed kids and blended families. Yeah, that was a bag full. Yeah. And then the Cherries talk about mixed relationship and raising mixed kids. Yeah. So that was good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Learned something. And you got any comments or anything?
Yeah. So this is fairly old, but Apple doesn't tell us when this happens. And we got a review earlier on this year from Johnny Billion.
Shout out Johnny. Also, happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
He's probably been the person who's been on the podcast the most. So
yeah.
Shout out to Johnny.
Yeah, it's a tie, I think, between him and Judy or something like that.
Yeah. He probably gonna break the tie though.
So he says, heat rock for the sheetrock. Don't know what that means. I haven't missed an episode yet. They make being married relatable. I never felt like this podcast wasn't for me. They cover a wide array of topics from finances, college, raising children, marriage, etc. Check them out now. No, but for real, right now. So thank you for that review.
Respect.
Yeah. I need to check on that page more often. You said you saw it
because every once in a while, I like to see what the streets got to say. Because I mean, we're on so many different platforms. I don't know how to check all of them, but I know how to check the iTunes and SoundCloud. So try to keep my eye out.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, you too can subscribe and rate us on iTunes. Or it's not iTunes, it's Apple Podcasts.
Either one.
Or any other platform. You can send us comments on SoundCloud or on Instagram at Michel Matters or on Twitter
at Coach_JOX.
And if you want to support the podcast, you can check out our website that we link. And it has all our sponsors that we partner with.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to YouTube as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right, on to the current matter. So for today's current matter, we about to get into people's pockets, man. So if you haven't been aware, Dr. Dre is currently looking to divorce his, I guess, I don't know if you would call her an ex-wife, but his wife now.
Or his wife is looking to divorce him.
They trying to get a divorce.
Yeah.
So.
Which I really thought during the pandemic, people were going to be like, let's stay together forever.
You thought that?
Yes.
We've had like.
And here I am, like, everybody out here getting a divorce.
We've had multiple arguments in a day, and Jackie thinks that people who might have worse off relationships are going to love each other more.
I don't know.
So
I was hoping for the best. Here we are.
So yeah. So they're looking to get a divorce, and it's been a huge topic of debate because his wife, I don't know if it got leaked or how all this information got out, but
her name is Nicole, by the way.
Nicole is asking for Queen Nicole is asking for $2 million.
Don't act like you're on her side.
I am not. $2 million a month.
A queen
in support.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, Jackie's gonna break it down. She's gonna go through it
because I thought this was great.
Just just hearing it, that sounds crazy. I get it. He's worth a lot of money. So, yeah, when you're married to someone, you do get.
Isn't it their money?
Yeah, don't look at me. I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, right?
What you mean?
I don't be at their house. I don't be at their house when they do budget meetings.
When you marry somebody, isn't that a joining of all things?
Not everyone gets
joining of bodies, joining of money, joining of house, joining of.
Yeah, I know how my house works.
That's what I thought.
I know how my house works, but allegedly they signed a prenup before they got married.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they got joint accounts, separate accounts, what the ins and outs are, but I just know when you do this breakdown, it don't add up. But go ahead.
Okay.
Tell me what you got.
Laundry and cleaning, $10,000 a month. Right?
That one I wasn't as mad about.
Why?
Because I'm assuming they have like multiple homes. You got to pay like house cleaners, and even if you're not staying at the house, you got to keep stuff up.
Yeah. So, and I would also assume that she doesn't have the type of clothes you just throw in the washer and dryer.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, so that one I wasn't as mad about. $10,000 a month. It's a little high, but
just whatever. A little.
I'm gonna let you rock. Hey, look, I don't have this type of money, so I don't know.
This is true.
Because I'm assuming she's not driving up to the laundromat either. Or the dry cleaners either. So she's paying people to do all this stuff. Correct. So there is money involved in that. So I understand that. So that one I wasn't as mad about.
Okay. Clothes, $135,000 a month. A month.
Listen.
But again, how much is a Birkin?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
see, this is where I start to like find issue.
Why? Because that's what I was wearing for the past, I don't know how long they've been together. 30 years?
When we were together. We're not together anymore. Is it my duty and responsibility?
Our money, though. I'm just asking the questions. I'm just saying,
I never heard of Nicole beat, right?
Well, allegedly.
What?
She, is a co-owner of whatever that is. Whatever corporation that is.
Allegedly. If she is, then yeah. If her name is on the paperwork, look, get your money. I'm not against that. But if we're trying to retroactively say, oh no, I should have been a part of this or I should have been a part of that, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it being whichever, because I think the same thing happened to Mary J. Blige, and is it the major breadwinner's job to keep up your style of living after you separate?
It's interesting. But I guess my thing is, if you guys worked out some type of every month, this is your petty cash, this is my petty cash, or allowance, or whatever people decide to call it. Mm-hmm. If that's what it was in comparison to this breakdown, then I don't see a problem with it. Because that's what it was. But if you were already splitting it like, okay, well, I was bringing in X amount. So, 10% of that amount is my cash. You're bringing in this. So 10% of that amount is your cash. Then, yeah, that's when you could be like, I'm not funding whatever it was you thought.
But
because we was never splitting it that way to begin with.
But even if I was giving you $2 million a month before, we're not together anymore. Why do I have to keep giving you $2 million a month? I might as well stay together. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point? If I'm separating from you, maybe you're a leech. Maybe you've been like, I don't think that that's necessarily the right of the other person to keep up that style of living for you.
But we built this together.
But that's what I'm saying. If there's a portion of the money that belongs to you, take it. But if I'm going to do I have to give you an allowance every month? Then I don't know if I agree. I don't agree with that.
Right.
I agree with whatever. You get whatever you are entitled to.
Yeah.
Like if your name's on the account, you get your part of the account.
Look, I hear you because we're normal people.
Yeah. But that's why I'm assuming like there's allegedly a prenup. It shouldn't be this much back and forth. Because allegedly she's also contesting the prenup that she had to sign it under duress. Mm-hmm. That he told her, if she didn't sign it, the wedding was off.
Which, believable.
But, I mean, is that really duress?
How she explained it was gun to head.
No, she didn't. She did not say gun to head.
I don't know if she meant literally.
Yeah, I don't think she even said gun to head.
But again,
if someone
believable.
But it's I'm saying if someone unless it was like physically gun to head.
Yeah.
If all I said was if you don't sign it, the wedding's off. You still have you have a right to sign it or not sign it. Because understandably, he has a right to protect his money.
Yeah.
For situations like this. So I feel like I don't think that telling someone that if you don't sign the prenup that the wedding is off, that's like duress. I feel like you had a decision to make and you made your decision.
Yeah. We shall see.
Yeah.
Okay. Telephone, cell phone, email. $20,000 a month.
All right. I'm calling cap.
That one.
What?
That one I don't understand. But
what? Email? How much is a Gmail account? I'm so
like
confused.
$5.
Huh? You pay for your Gmail account?
My business one.
Okay. Maybe. All right. Maybe she has a business account.
I don't know. And maybe she has employees, like you said, who have to pick up her laundry and whatever.
You can get a regular Gmail account to do that.
But maybe, she wants it at Nicole.com. Like, I don't know.
$20,000 a month.
I don't understand that one. Because it says telephone and cell phone. Who has both anymore, first of all?
Listen, unless it's a business phone I don't know about.
Unless it's also like cable and stuff.
Yeah, probably. But still, what kind of cable do y'all have? They got the 5G nobody else got?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so confused. And this is where I was saying, like, the numbers just weren't adding up.
Yeah.
Like,
for that piece, I don't get it.
Oh, there's more pieces.
Yes.
That still don't add up, but keep going.
Education, tuition, and living expenses, $60,000 a month. So it's not really, it doesn't say if she's getting an education.
Their kids are in college.
Okay.
My thing is,
but I feel like you would need more in that category.
Why?
And living expenses?
$60,000 a month?
How many kids do they have?
Doesn't matter. What college are you going to? Like, think about it.
It doesn't matter. I can afford whatever college you want to go to.
$60,000 a month for 12 months is $720,000 a year.
Oh, I forgot it's a month.
Yeah. Where are you living? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they're not just going to be in the dorms.
$720,000.
They're going to need people to go grocery shopping for them too.
Okay, see? And here's the thing, right? If it's me, if it's my situation, my kids too, right? Why do I need to give you money to pay for my kids' college tuition.
Who are not,
I could just pay it myself.
Not living with you.
Yeah, I could just pay it myself. And I'm assuming
he should be able to refute that.
Yeah, there's like, I gotta charge you like a processing fee to pay the tuition. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, come on, man. Let's call a spade a spade.
Entertainment, $900,000 a month.
A month.
But how much is a jet?
How entertained do you need to be?
How much is a jet?
Do I look like I enjoy jets? Yes, how much is a jet? I don't know.
Because, I mean...
But still, I think...
You want me to just take coach?
I've seen like, people spending $40,000 to ride private. Okay, even if it was $40,000. How many flights are you taking like that?
I mean, more than one a month.
But in $900,000... Yeah. You could do, like, 20 trips in a private jet.
Great.
Okay.
And who said I'm going by myself?
No. The price of the jet is the price of the jet.
Right. But also when we get to wherever we're getting to, I need my own hotel. Whoever I'm going with.
You want the whole hotel or?
Hotel room. Whoever I'm going with.
Because with that money, you could probably buy hotels when you get there. Like, this is what I'm saying. That's crazy.
It is.
With $900,000 a month, you could throw the best concert ever in your backyard every month.
But compared to, like, if you really break it down and compare it to a normal person's lifestyle, right? What is that like to the average person?
What do you mean?
Like,
okay,
$20,000 a month for email for Dr. Dre to pay.
See,
is like what to a normal person?
That's the problem.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's
like what, $20?
But that's the problem, and it's now you're counting my pockets, right? Because
we have to in order to get this divorce finalized.
You don't. Here's the thing.
Allegedly,
Dr. Dre is not a quote unquote regular person.
Yeah.
You know who's about to be a regular person? His wife. And she needs to start living like a regular person.
But she's not.
Hey, all I'm saying. You get what you're entitled to.
And you know what, too? It's like when you start negotiations from a job. Mm-hmm. You got to start at the highest point.
Oh, for sure. No, that's definitely...
Work your way down.
If this isn't the highest point, then I don't know what to say. I agree, though. Oh,
like, she got to reach for it now. If he works it down to like $1 million a month, she's like... This is still great, too.
I called her Queen Nicole because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to aim high and see what you get. See what sticks. Hey, man, more power to it because I don't disagree that Dr. Dre has a lot of money. As his wife, you're entitled probably to a good portion of that.
Half.
Depends what your prenup says.
Yeah, well, I don't know what California
It depends what your prenup says. I'm all for her getting what she is owed. 1,000%.
Owed. That's an interesting one.
I mean, what is she legally owed?
Yeah.
And I'm all for her getting that. But if she signed a prenup that she gets a certain amount of money and now she wants to renege, I mean, I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But hey, not my marriage. Not my money.
Mortgage, $100,000 a month. That's believable.
Is it? See, yeah,
I know. If you have multiple homes, and you're, claiming a certain number of them for yourself.
This is mortgage, not rent, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine. Well, granted.
And this is in California.
In perpetuity, right? Because when do these payments stop? Like, when the house is paid off, am I still paying your mortgage?
No. It's done. It's paid off.
So, for me personally, if I'm Dr. Dre, it may be in my own best interest to just pay off the home versus give you $100,000 a month for mortgage.
But you have to break it down for legal purposes, I would assume.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably why they even...
But I would probably negotiate that out. I'm not giving you money for the mortgage. I'll just pay the mortgage.
But you're not going to live there. So you could miss a month and now I'm out of a house.
No.
I'm not trusting you to do that.
What?
I'm not trusting you to do that.
Whose name is on the mortgage?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, if my name is on the mortgage, I have to pay it too. Like, it affects my credit as well. Mm-hmm. I have to pay the mortgage. So unless she owns the property or they put the properties in her name, and
that could be arranged.
And I'm still paying the mortgage on a property that's in your name that you can afford, I guess.
I can't afford because it's my money too.
Then why you gotta get it from me? That's the thing.
Because it's Dr. Dre. Like, I don't understand.
I don't know. I just feel like, because $100,000 a month in a year is 1.2. Mm-hmm. How many of these, like, how many years would I even have to pay that? I don't know. I just feel like
I mean, they're not buying any regular homes.
They're not. I 100% agree. They're
so
not.
Imagine if their mortgage is like $20,000 a month for one house.
$20,000 a month?
Yeah, how much is
that? That sounds crazy.
It exists.
$20,000 a month mortgage?
Yeah. Should I say 15,000 then?
I don't know. 240 times 30 is 7.2, I think, or is that 72 million?
That exists.
A $72 million home? I'm just doing the math.
I thought you said 7.2.
It's either 7.2 or 72. One of those two.
We're not in Math Olympics right now.
Huh? I mean, it's not hard. Let's see.
Go ahead.
240,000 times 30. No, $7.2 million home.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then, I mean, the home was more than that.
And then times however many homes that she wants to keep. That makes sense.
Hey, possibly.
I don't know how many homes they have.
I'm not going to argue that. I mean, you know what? The mortgage, maybe I don't argue as much.
Charitable contributions, $125,000 a month.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Why? I can't give to charity?
But how do I know you're giving it to charity?
It doesn't matter at this point.
I mean, yeah, it does. What do you mean? How do you know? If I give you $125,000 for charitable donations, but you don't give it to charity, why am I giving you $125,000?
But that's just breaking it down. You're giving me $2 million a month.
Yeah, but you broke it down that you needed $125,000 a month for charity.
Yeah.
But if you aren't using it for charity, you don't need $125,000 a month for charity.
Once you give it to me, it doesn't matter.
Then why do we have to break it down? I'm so confused.
Because people are going to ask you, what you need $2 million for? And now you know why I need $2 million.
I'm just saying, don't put $125,000 in charitable donations.
But my thing is, she might actually contribute to those organizations.
I just don't know if somebody's doing the accounting on this and making sure that's how the money is getting spent.
And again, I don't know. Maybe she'd have to show proof that it's getting spent that way.
I don't know, because it's like child support. Like, some parents give money for child support, and I'm giving you this money, but you're not using it on the child. But you don't have any control over that as the giver.
No.
I find issue with that.
Maybe you should have been a better husband or a better father.
We don't know why.
I don't know.
You don't know why they're divorcing?
I don't know.
So, see, I think...
But I'm just saying,
if a marriage ends...
You don't ask for child support unless you really have to. In some cases.
But if my child's still walking around with no shoes on, or...
When does that ever happen?
Hey,
you be seeing kids walking around with no shoes on?
We saw kids last...
And their fathers are giving them $2,000 a month?
I don't know exactly everybody's situation. I'm just saying.
You know that doesn't happen.
I'm just saying. There are people who get child support.
Where?
I'm not going to name names.
You don't know nobody.
I'm just saying that there's no accounting, there's no accountability for the money.
There might be. I don't know. Maybe that's a little clause in there that it's you need to submit receipts every month then.
Yeah. I mean, my whole thing on this is, I don't know. I really hope that there is some, amicable end to this, because, look, she was with him for a long period of time. I would hope that she had her name on things.
Yeah.
And I would hope that, out of fairness, he does give her what she is owed in their relationship.
I love to see it.
I do know that if he doesn't have a prenup, that Dr. Dre is like known for signing bad contracts.
Is he?
I mean, yeah, the NWA movie.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like, I mean, I hope he got his paperwork right this time. If not, $24 million a year. It's a hefty price to pay. $2 million a month, yeah. 24 a year.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll see what happens.
Oh, man. Never made a beat in her life. Anyway.
But if her name on it, then it's hers.
We'll see. On to the Michel Matter.
Yes. All right. So clearly the theme this week is money. And I think during the pandemic, we've actually sat like recently and was like, okay, so we paid off debt a long time ago. We're good right now. What's next? Let's talk about, how do we actually build wealth and like what steps should we take? And what's our FIRE number if there is one? And
what is FIRE for the people who don't know? Get my DJ envy on.
FIRE is, and I don't know too much, but it's financially independent, retire early. Okay. And it's like this movement that a lot of people are trying to basically retire before 50 or whatever their age is, that they want to retire and like be free, right? At least financially. So this episode, we're going to be answering questions. There's an article from Refinery29, and it's like 20 questions you ask your significant other about money habits and their relation to money. So there's like a section for the past, present, future, etc. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So what is your first money memory?
My first money memory? I don't have one. I think my first money memory is like my mom giving me whatever, $1 or $2 to put in the collection plate at church. That's like my first real money memory, I guess.
That's cute.
Cute.
That is cute, because I wasn't even going there. My first money memory was probably my piggy bank. Okay. Like the moment that it was like stuffed, the dollar store piggy banks that were kind of see-through. And the only way to get the money out is breaking it. And we had to like cut it open, and it was really hard to cut open. But I had like maybe $100 in there.
Wow. I remember we used to have one of those like plastic piggy banks.
Yeah.
And I would try to like take money out of it without opening it.
Why?
So, why? I'm a kid. I want money to go buy stuff from like the corner store. So I would like turn it over. And like I would take like a scissor and put it in the slot and open up the slot a little bit and like take money out the piggy bank.
And do what? Like go to the ice cream truck or something?
1,000%. 1,000%. I'm getting ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah.
I'm getting the little chubby sodas from the corner store. Sausage sandwich. Yeah, crib stuff. But
I remember the chubbies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like it probably took me 2 years to save all those coins to make like that 100.
And like at the end of the year, it typically be around like Christmas, my parents would open it up. We get a bunch of like the paper rolls from the bank and we fill them up. And my dad would, I don't know what he used to do with it. Now I think about it. I don't know if
my dad still does that. He does the little roll up coin thing.
Are you serious?
Or he had a machine that like
stacked them
it
up.
Does it for you. Almost. Yeah. But yeah, he was big on that.
Yeah. Those are my early money memories.
Okay, did you know how much your parents earned when you were a child?
Child? I don't know about child, but I think when I got to like
high school,
at least for my dad. For my mom, I knew earlier because we used to like deposit her checks for her at the bank. So yeah, she would just send us in the bank and we fill out the little deposit slips and put them in. So yeah, I think I knew early on for my mom. And for my dad, probably around high school, like I would hear him like physically complain or not complain. Well, no, complain mostly.
About his salary?
Yeah, like he would always feel like he deserved more. Or I'd hear like how much he'd asked for in his raise or whatever. So. Yeah.
I don't think I knew as a child either. When I did know, or I don't know, because I still at that point, like in high school, didn't know how taxes worked and stuff. Okay. But I remember when you have to fill out the FAFSA and stuff, you have to put that information. Yeah. So I needed to know. And I think that's when I knew. But even then, it was like, is this? I don't know, because I don't know. But yeah, as a child, I just figured y'all straight.
Do you think it was important to know? Because like I'm thinking back, like I didn't know necessarily how much my dad made early on, but I also didn't have a good like concept of money. So I assume like, oh my gosh, like you make over $100 a week, like you're rich. Because as a kid, I don't have no money. Yeah. Like $20 and that was good for a month.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if it's important. I don't think so. Yeah. I think as long as you, like as a kid, you just feel secure in your parents' care. Yeah. So, did your family have a budget, and how did you feel about it?
A budget? Yeah. No.
You guys didn't have budget meetings?
Nah. My dad was just cheap, so he didn't need a budget. No, I'm serious, like, but not in a bad way. But like, it's never like he wanted to go get something, he couldn't get it. Yeah. Because even I feel like when we were younger, there were things he would like. We'll go to Burlington Coat Factory, and he'd buy stuff on layaway. I don't think he couldn't pay for it. I just think he felt like, let me think about installments. It. No, I just paid off in installments, and then when I finally pay it off, I go pick it up.
From where?
Burlington Coat Factory. I just said that.
I know, but I don't remember them having layaway.
We grew up very differently.
Because I remember first hearing about layaway from like Kmart.
Yeah, I don't remember buying stuff on layaway at Kmart, but definitely Burlington. Because I remember early on, my dad bought me a pair of penny loafers, and I'll never forget the shoes. They were pennies. They were brown, like a maroon color penny loafer. Mm-hmm. And when I don't remember what time of year we originally went to go like try it on and stuff. But by the time we went to go pick it up, it didn't fit anymore. Like, the shoe was just too small. But we got it anyway. Wow. And...
For who?
For me.
For Nick?
No, for me. And I remember wearing it. And these were cheap shoes. I had white socks on. I wore it to church. I walked in the rain. And the shoe bled into my socks. Ugh. That's how bad of a shoe it was. But yeah, it's like... They didn't need a budget, but also at the same time, I don't think like he was either struggling like that. I feel like he just kind of, I control that I don't spend more than I bring in. And that was pretty much it. My dad didn't have a bank account for a while. My mom finally convinced him to get a bank account. Wow. He would just keep large sums of money at the crib. Like, yeah, that was just kind of how he lived. I don't think he budgeted like that. He just kind of mental mathed it the whole way. Yeah.
I don't think we had a budget. I think, like what you said, they just knew, like, okay, this is what we're spending. Mm-hmm. And, like, I don't know. Or, like, this is what's coming in, so just don't spend more than, like, this amount or whatever. How they communicated through that, I don't know. Yeah, but, I mean, my dad was always calculating stuff and plugging numbers, so I think in his head, he probably had a budget.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah. And he probably was just like, okay, here to my mom. And like, this is for groceries and this is for whatever. Yeah. Like, that's what I think.
Yeah, your dad's too calculated. He may not have had a written budget. Yeah. But he definitely had like.
He had something. Budget. Yeah. Did you get an allowance as a child?
A what?
And what did you do with
it? What? So, I never got an allowance.
Not me.
I think I asked once. I don't remember. I know I was told
no. You asked for an allowance?
I think so. Like, you see it on TV, like, oh, mom and dad, let me get a... Listen.
You playing games.
Tried it. But, like, once I got old enough, no, I never got an allowance. The way I would get money was I do stuff. Like...
That sounds crazy.
Which you mean not like crazy like that. But I'm saying like I'll cut the grass Or
for who?
My dad.
Oh, so that's an allowance.
No.
You had chores.
No. An allowance you get no matter what.
Okay.
Like.
So sometimes he would pay you to cut the grass and sometimes he wouldn't.
Exactly. So like I never get like my Saturday mornings, like he'll be going to work and then I just feel somebody come in the room, he'll tap me on his like, cut the grass. And then like some days he'll leave the money there before I cut it.
Okay. And
that's motivation. And some days he don't. And it's still motivated, like, maybe I might get it, maybe I won't.
Nah.
Or he'll be like, you know, wash all the cars. Or like he'll just tell me to do stuff.
Yeah.
But just getting money just to get it? Nah, that's not how.
Well, I mean, that's not how an allowance works. You do something to get the money.
That's not what an allowance is, though.
Isn't it? Don't you have to do chores or something to get the money?
I feel like there is. I think some people do give out money like that, but an allowance, like, imagine if you get, like, I work, like, I get an allowance for certain things. Or I used to get an allowance for certain things.
Right.
And it was literally, like, just because I had it. Like,
well, that's a benefit.
Yeah, that's what an allowance is.
Yeah, the benefit of living here is you.
If you work for the money, that's not an allowance. That's a job.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. I never thought of it like that.
I mean, that's how money works.
I never got an allowance. Because what you get for living here, just because you're here, is that you're here.
Yeah.
I mean, and there were things like if I was at the grocery store and I wanted an Archie book or whatever at the checkout, my mom would never really say no like that.
No.
Yeah, like the little Archie comics.
Yeah, I know.
Or if I saw like a J14 magazine I wanted, or Word Up or so whatever, like I would just read it in line and she'd be like, yeah, put it in, whatever. But no allowance. I just cleaned because that's what not everybody in my house, but everybody had to at some point clean something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because cleaning definitely not going to give me no money.
No.
My mom's not
That's just what we do here.
Yeah. I only got money from things like my dad would ask me to do.
Yeah. But birthdays I used to get broken off good on birthdays and Christmas, though.
On birthdays, we pick up the stuff on layaway at Burlington.
That kind of made up for not having an allowance.
I can't relate.
Did your parents fight about money?
Yeah, not a lot, but yeah, every once in a while. And it was more so not even like, not because we didn't have it. It would just be whether to spend it or not. Mm-hmm. And they used to fight about that. Like, one of the big fights was every year to keep us in private school or not. And my dad wasn't having it, but my mom always won.
What was the, like, not excuse, but what were
why not?
Yeah, like, obviously for him it was probably cost.
Yeah, it was like, there's free school out here.
Rebuttal for your mom? Safety?
She just wanted us at that school.
Oh, okay.
But, like, my dad was just like, it's free school out here. I went to public school for a while. Never had no issues. And he was like, why can't we just keep doing that?
I feel him.
Yeah. Because, like, my sister pretty much is, like, exclusively private school.
Kind of.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think I went to public school the most out of everyone.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. My parents fought about money. I don't know why all the time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it too is because like they own other property. So a lot of it would be like, oh, okay, well, we got to update this or we got to spend money on this or whatever. And then also like as a kid, some things may sound like a fight. That's not really like a fight. Like they probably just talking loud. But yes, I definitely know like money was a big topic. So what money habits did your parents practice and how did you feel about those habits?
Money what?
Habits.
I mean,
I don't know.
My mom was big, like, saver. That was just her thing. Granted, that was also the setup of their marriage. Like, my dad paid for stuff, my mom saved money. That was pretty much it. But as far as, like, real habits, I can't think of anything that they really did like that. That's like a habit.
Yeah. Because I don't feel like either of my parents are big savers like that.
Yeah.
But they do, like, my dad is very organized. So he, like, to this day, still balances the checkbook and, like, all that stuff. So he's pretty good with that. I don't know. I think a good money habit that people don't really talk about that my parents did is they actually enjoyed their money. Like, they did spend, like, if they felt like, you know, like, me and my mom would go to Aventura and, like, go shopping. Like, but literally go shopping. That was the purpose of going out. And I feel like we did that a good amount of times. So, like, they did enjoy their money. And I think that's a good habit. Which I feel like, I don't know that I picked that up.
No, not really. I mean, every once in a while.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
It depends on the occasion.
Yeah.
Like, someone's like, okay, let's just go and whatever. But other time, for the most part, I'm like, yeah, no, let's just not do that. All right. So the present. What drives your financial decisions?
I mean, for me, it's the numbers. Like, do I have it or I don't have it? And if I don't have it, it's how to get it, pretty much. So it's a lot of that. It's like not playing around with debt. So to not play around with debt, you got to have cash. So a lot of the decisions that we make, I think, are based around availability of cash or how to save up cash.
I guess what drives my financial decisions? Just like security.
Okay.
I feel like most women would probably say that. But yeah, just being secure and like not being having options, really. Like, I don't have to do this because of money is like, that's like so powerful to me. So yeah, I would say that. If you won $1 million today, what would you do with the money?
All of it. I mean, for me, first and foremost, I'm paying off the house.
That's like literally not even 10% of it.
You didn't have to give numbers. So first and foremost,
like, you have a lot of money left over.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
Listen, we asked me what I'm going to do with the money. The first thing I'm going to do is pay off the house. And then after that, with a paid off house, I think I'm going to buy
3 more houses?
Properties, either in rental properties or commercial properties.
Agreed.
Yeah, and then I'm going to save a portion. I'm not exactly sure what's the number for retirement. Put it in something and let that money just grow. And the leftover, I'm going to buy a new truck, probably.
What? That's not what I thought you was going to say.
Yes, thought wrong. So, for me, like, when I was, and this is just in most things, like, when I was buying my vehicle, I was thinking, look, you need a vehicle, but you have other responsibilities. You're not going to go get the top of the line vehicle, because it's not, even if you can afford it per se, like monthly payments and all that, it's not worth it. But if you don't have no debt, your house paid off. Yeah. Nah, man, I'm going to go get the things I like. Right. And I already bought homes and stuff that's going to make me more money. I'm going to go get me a new vehicle.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I would probably do most of what you said. I would get a new vehicle. So why you? But because you already have a truck. It's just, I don't know.
A better one.
At least get another type of car.
No, like, no. Why?
Once you get a truck, you don't go back?
It's not that. It's just I like the vehicle, but I know there's better.
Yeah, I think I would, like, I want to give money somehow, but I don't trust a lot of organizations out here. Okay. So I don't know if I would just start up my own type of fund to, like, give back. Okay. So I actually know that the money's being used for something. Yeah. So I don't know how much of it, but part of it would go to that. Everything else would be like, yeah, let me get my life right. Yeah. Okay. What is one money habit you admire about me?
About you?
Yeah.
Money habit that I think it's more so like you know where all the dollars are and where they're going. Like you're very organized with the money. Yeah. Me, I'm more like in my head I have mental budget. If it were to me, like it'd be I know how much I make. I wouldn't spend more than that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would have like done a written down budget, and I was like I wouldn't have been as organized with the budget.
Mm.
So,
I think what I admire about you is you know how to negotiate.
That's right.
I think so. Like, yeah, I don't know how you do it, but I'm just like, okay, I need to like up my skills a little bit.
That's right.
So if I lost $100 on something and didn't tell you, would you be upset with me? How about $1,000?
Okay. Yeah. $100? What do you mean lost it on something? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Like a bet?
Something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about 100.
Yeah, me neither.
1,000? Nah, we need to talk.
I don't know that I would be upset.
What?
It depends on what it is. But what? Now, if you're saying like 10,000, okay. But 1,000, I'm like, okay.
The thing is,
we could probably get that back.
The thing is, didn't tell me.
Oh, didn't tell you. Yeah, didn't tell you. Well, then I would be probably mad about the 100 too.
Nah, I wouldn't trip about 100.
Well, that's true, because that's probably just from your own.
Yeah, that could be like my petty cash. Yeah. Like, but 1,000,
yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, you're right.
I seen that. Like, I need to know what happened.
Yeah, I agree. What scares you about money?
I mean, I don't want to say the easy, like not having enough of it, but what scares me about money is how easily it can be spent, and not replaced. Like, you think about how long it takes you to earn $1,000 and how quickly you can spend $1,000. So yeah, sometimes, you gotta catch yourself if you start to splurge. Cause I used to, in my mind, I never used to say it out loud, but I used to always have this idea like, I'll make that back. Yeah. Like, if I spend some, but then COVID will teach you some lessons.
Right.
You may not be able to make it all back. So it kind of reframed the way I look at it.
I mean, mine is the cliche, not having any. That's what scares me about money. And how quickly some people just run through it.
Yeah.
I feel like all these other questions in present, we know.
Okay. So you gonna skip?
Yeah. Oh, well, what do you wish you knew more about?
Stocks.
Same.
1,000.
I think that's...
I lucked up on a few, but if I knew more, I would have made more.
Yeah. Okay, so future. What are you working towards? What dreams do you have? 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? That's a loaded question.
Yeah, 1 year. I have a number in my head as far as savings. So, yeah, I won't disclose, but I have a number in my head.
For a year from now?
Yeah, about a year from now. That I would be comfortable with having in my savings. And then 5 years, automatic, I need my house.
Yeah, for sure.
And then 20 years, I'm 30 now. In 20 years, at least retire you. Like, for real. I don't mind working. But at least have you retired.
I like that. What do you want to leave behind for kids or others?
Money.
Duh.
I mean, hopefully in properties.
Property.
Because, I mean, properties are money. When you really, like, break it down and think about what you can do, you can sell it, you can refinance. Hopefully they don't refinance it, but they can,
if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, property, because it definitely gives you options. And you could be getting money in perpetuity, like if you have a rental, those are things that I think will always be helpful. Land is very important in this country, so I would love to be able to hand that off. And just money, like there were things that our parents were able to help us with on our journey that is a start. hopefully we can take that to the next level with our kids and so on and so on. Yeah. Like, when you think about stories of, like, even Donald Trump, his dad gave him $1 million to start, his businesses and stuff. Right. Like, that starts somewhere. And hopefully we can grow to stuff like that.
Agreed. I feel like we both have the same answers.
Yeah.
So, do you expect to get any inheritance from your family?
I do. I mean, I got a brother and a sister, so it's gonna
said two brothers on purpose?
No joke. I would have said two sisters if I was trying to be funny. But I think I think there should be something. My parents, I think, did a really good job. Set a great example for us. So yeah, I do expect something.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like we almost know already how it's broken down.
Oh, you do?
Kind of. It just depends on if they sell certain things, if they, like, it just depends. But, like, yeah, it's 3 of us, so we kind of know, like, okay, Regine's gonna get this, or...
Okay.
I think.
I'd like to hear off Michael we may potentially get, but...
Oh, no, it's we, huh?
Oh, it's been we.
What would you want to happen to your money if you died?
I mean, I want it to be distributed the way... No. Yeah, when I die from my money in the grave. No. I mean, I want to... hope... And this is an important thing, is like getting all your estates and everything set up so that your money gets distributed properly. Like, if it's not you, it's the kids. If it's not the kids, my brothers and sisters, like, I pray everything gets distributed the right way without people fighting and being mad over who got what.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming that's a thing.
Yeah. I would agree. I don't know. I don't think I ever thought about this question.
Me either.
This is the last question. Do you expect to support your parents or other loved ones in the future?
Do I expect to? Not necessarily, because I feel like my parents did a good job.
Yeah.
Setting themselves up to be able to, like, handle stuff like that. So I don't expect to right now.
In the future.
I mean, or in the future. I mean, as long as anytime you talk about, like, people getting old with money, or if they have any money, is like outliving their money, because I'm assuming that's the thing as well, where you may not have expected to live till you're like 100,
right?
And like, did you save enough to live till you're 100? I pray that my parents can live that long, but I don't know if the money's that long.
Yeah.
So yeah, as of right now, I expect them to. I don't expect to have to take care of them in that way, but I'm also like not opposed to it. But I don't think it's gonna be an issue like that. Yeah. At least financially, I'll say it like that. Because, they may have to live with people, or they may have to.
So that's where my head was going. Like, I don't think financially I'll have to support my parents.
Yeah.
But if one of them is sick or whatever, and they have to live with us, I mean, that's a conversation. But I would be down for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's it, really.
That was it? That was 20?
Yeah. Well, that was more like 18.
Okay. That wasn't bad. You feel like you learned something?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't know how, like, your childhood days. I didn't know too much about that. So, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't much to it. My parents wasn't just handing out money to the kids. My mom had this idea about money with us where she never just gave us money. She had a reason. So, like, even things like, I can't, if I come home with something, right? Like, if I come home with, like, a video game. She's like, how'd you get that video game? I didn't give you money.
Or a pen.
You know what I'm saying? Even literally down to a pen. She's like, how did you get that? I didn't give you money for it. So she felt like she could kind of monitor us better. Because, like, you are not out here stealing. Because I would notice if you came in this house with something I didn't buy you.
Yeah.
Whereas if I give you money, maybe you did buy it for yourself. I don't know. Or maybe you stole it. I don't know. So that was like her thing. I mean, I worked in the summers. Nobody, like my parents were definitely all for that, like me working over the summers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
my parents weren't about that life.
And I would go get it myself. Like I'll sell CDs, I'll sell chips. I would do everything. Like
yeah, that's true.
That was just my thing growing up.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, my parents did not want me to work. It was school. Even up until like college, they were like, don't work. But at that point, I was like, I gotta work, sis. Yeah. I have things to buy. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like we had a pretty good foundation. Mm-hmm. Definitely some differences, but yeah. So you guys should definitely ask your significant others these questions.
Yeah, we'll put a link to the website with the questions in the description.
Yeah. So
definitely check that out.
Yeah. Or even, I don't know, your friends, if they're comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. So this episode's business spotlight is, I guess, a business, but really it's a couple called Rich and Regular, and I stumbled upon their YouTube channel because they have a new series called Money on the Table. I believe the husband used to be a chef, so he'll like cook something and, you know, the wife will help, and then they'll eat and discuss different money topics. So it's been really cool, and just getting to learn a little bit more of their background, and how they became fire ready, I guess. So you don't really see a lot of Black couples or Black people in the fire space. And I think, they're like a pretty good representation of like, this can happen. So yeah, you should check them out. We'll put their links below. I think you caught like a bit of an episode with me.
Yeah, I caught a little bit. They were cooking. I can't remember exactly what they were talking about, but they seem really young for
ish
to be retired.
Yes.
And that's always like the motivator. Like, okay, you don't have to wait till you're 65 to retire. And to hear people talk about how they did it, just is motivating to other young people who are looking to do it too.
Yeah. Yeah. So they paid off like $200,000 in debt and invested. Like, I'm still researching more. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they seem very relatable, young-ish, like you said, and obviously it's possible. They're based out of Atlanta, so I don't know if that differs cost spendings for certain people. But yeah, they seem like they're on it. So, I mean, if you need more inspiration financially, you can check out Rich and Regular.
All right.
Yeah. Did you have anything else?
Nah, I think that's it. Another episode in the books.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Bye.
See
ya. Then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. That you might work. That you might work.